Like the Grinch of gaming past, Nintendo has reared their head out of the woodwork once again to absolutely destroy a random creator's YouTube channel. And this time, they really don't have a leg to stand on. Now, if you don't know, recently Nintendo has been going around and... I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. They probably jump scared a lot of you with their no glasses. Whoa, he looks like a completely different person. Nintendo has been going around recently slapping the cheeks of random content creators because of mysterious reasons that they make up that they don't apply to other people, like modding their games, even though it's fine for most people to do it. It's not okay when you get too many views. And also firing and completely missing on other creators, taking down videos that just have normal gameplay footage of like Zelda games. And they've been known in the past to take down soundtracks because who wants people to be able to enjoy music, right? Well, they're back on their brain dead shenanigans again. Smarpy, a content creator that streams mostly Zelda content, has had 2 of their videos copyright striked just for talking about Tears of the Kingdom. Usually if Nintendo goes to guillotine you, they have at least some ground to stand on where they say, oh, we don't want you modding our games, please don't do that. But this time, it's just reviewing trailer footage. They were copyright striked, which means, if you don't know, if you get 3 copyright strikes on your YouTube channel, it's over, it's GG. You've been sent to the Shadow Realm, you get guillotined. So having 2 copyright strikes on your YouTube channel, it's like having a man with a sword right above your neck, ready to swing, just saying, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take you out right now.
Turns out a company by the name of Webcapio has struck down 2 of my videos covering Zelda Tears of the Kingdom footage, using trailers only, using official footage, talking about speculation, analysis.
But Daniel, that's not Nintendo. He mentioned it was a business called Webcapio. What if it's a false pretender, an imposter perhaps? Someone has come on, donned the cloak as the defender of Nintendo, and decided to randomly start copyright striking YouTube channels for funsies, I guess. Maybe the streamer bumped into one in the middle of the streets, and the employee of Webcapio got really mad and decided, oh, I'm gonna take down those videos now. I'm gonna do some false copyright strikes. So I decided to look up this company, and it seems like it is an anti-piracy content protection company that will strike down things that you don't want to be leaked on their page here. Bespoke anti-piracy services based on quality and speed. This is achieved by having a team with over 20 years in experience in protecting content for creative industries. It's a premium price that is competitively priced, sending fully automated takedown notices. Our unrivaled matching methods reduce false positive results and ensures more valid results compared to rival services. Are the rival services blind, perhaps? Did they have their eyes gouged out? Are they illiterate? Can they not read or see? Are the rival services in the room with us right now? Is the rival service a dead body on the floor? Because that's the only way that you could possibly have better matching services than anyone else. If you just looked at the video, you would know, oh, wait, this is just a person reacting to trailer footage. And of course, their 20 years experience, I heard that it takes 10,000 hours of doing something to be really good at it. Well, this disproves that because they have 20 years of experience and are still taking down things that have absolutely no right to be taken down. And to be clear, this is not just claiming and blocking a video. On YouTube, you can block a video without copyright striking a channel. This is a full-on copyright strike twice after refusing to engage with the person that they are taking down. So it must be automated. Smarpy mentions in his video, which you should go and watch if you want to see the whole story, that it is most likely automated. But if you're having automated copyright strikes going out, that is just a recipe for disaster. That's just like unleashing a rabid dog with AK-47s attached to its shoulders in the local children's park for no reason. Why would you do that? I cannot believe they have the audacity to say unrivaled matching methods to reduce false positive results. I mean, I know that's still gonna happen, but man, you really messed up on this one. And you might say, oh, well, this isn't actually Nintendo doing it. It's a third-party company that Nintendo hired that's doing it. So it's okay. There's no problems here. Except there is big problems. That's like having an employee work at Walmart. Except the employee goes around and punches all the kids in the face. And you say, oh, well, it was just the employee that Walmart hired. It's not really a Walmart problem. I would argue that it's still a Walmart problem and that the Webcapio stuff is still a Nintendo problem. They chose to hire this company on the assumption that they would be able to do a good job taking down leaks, because I assume they're on super high alert after the game leaks. They want to take down anything to do with the game, except they're taking down anything to do with the game, which is a massive problem for anyone that creates content online. I know this is like the 17th video in a row that I've made complaining about Nintendo taking down creators' videos. It just keeps getting worse. How does it keep getting worse? At least with Point Crow, Point Crow has a sizable audience. He is able to get the word around. When you go after smaller creators like this, there's no one really in their corner to defend them. And a lot of smaller creators just have to grin and bear it. It's a really unfortunate thing. Point Crow has cultivated a massive audience because he makes incredibly good videos and he can pivot into doing other things. But for a lot of other smaller creators, if you make content around a specific thing and you haven't super blown up yet, if that gets blasted, you're just in a situation where you don't know what to do with yourself anymore. It just feels incredibly goofy that Nintendo is the company that I hear about again and again and again when it comes to striking down creators. It might happen for other big game companies. I don't really hear about it though. When new games come out, everyone's generally okay. Even if things get leaked, obviously you're going to take down leaked content. You really got to watch out where you're firing with this, because you could ruin people's lives in an instant just like that. You can't just be going full force, balls to the wall, smacking people with copyright strikes left and right. But speaking of other gaming companies, here's where I give Nintendo a pass, okay? Because I'm annoyed, and this needs to stop. This is related, okay? This needs to stop. Why are video games releasing in such a buggy, poorly made, horrific, poor performing state? Look at this. We got just recently, The Last of Us had to make an apology on Twitter. This isn't recently, but I feel like this is where it all started. When Cyberpunk came out after 7,000 delays and it was an absolute unplayable mess for the majority of people, I think gaming companies just unlocked the ability to see that, oh, it doesn't actually matter. We can just release buggy games and it's totally fine. We'll just fix it afterwards. Live service, guys. Come on. It's like you're buying into a beta. It's like you're buying into the alpha, the pre-alpha version of a game that they've kind of thought about but not really fleshed out the programming yet. So they just release it and they're like, oh yeah, no, we'll finish it eventually, right? Star Wars Jedi Survivor, performance issues, massive performance issues on PC. Forspoken, well, we all know how people feel about Forspoken. Game came out, everyone was like, ooh, this kind of sucks. Also, terrible PC port. Last of Us, terrible PC port. Uh-oh, look at this. We also have Redfall, which was supposed to be the Xbox's shining beacon at the start of 2023. The glorious angel that would descend down from the heavens to show Xbox gamers that they can actually release one good video game on their console. Unfortunately, they didn't release a good video game. They released a buggy mess that has absolutely no reason to play it. I was really looking forward to Redfall, one of the publishers that I respect the most, or the game developers that I respect the most. The developers of Prey, which was such a good game, and you should definitely play it if you haven't already. It's really good. But they come out with a new game. The AI is non-existent. You couldn't even call it artificial intelligence. Just call it A instead. It drops on Game Pass, which means that you can basically play it for free as long as you have Game Pass, which is like, what, $8 a month? And the crowd even then went absolutely mild, to the point where the Xbox boss had to apologize for the way that it was released. And of course, if we're going to talk about performance issues, we can't let Nintendo go entirely. Pokemon Scarlet was a big issue as well, which is not first-party game technically. It was made by Game Freak, but, Pokemon it's Nintendo's thing. The fact that games keep getting released in this state is absolutely mind-boggling. Imagine going to a movie, sitting down to watch your movie, only to find the cinema screen tear in front of you, the audio blast out your eardrums, and then the producer of the film comes in and says, hi, sorry about that. Sorry about this film that you're looking at right here. It sucks. I know. Don't worry. Just chill here for a bit. We're gonna fix it. We'll fix it. Okay, we'll fix it. We're gonna staple the screen back together. We'll probably lower the volume in like 5 months. Maybe we'll increase that frame rate. It looks like it's running about 10 frames a second, this movie right now. So we might increase the frame rate. No promises, but we probably will if people keep buying it, because then we'll have financial incentive to do so. You couldn't do that. If you made movies, you couldn't do that. But if you make games, you release betas. You release pre-alphas. You release slop so that the slop eaters can eat it up. I'm one of the slop eaters. I eat the slop all the time. But man, every now and then I have a moment of self-awareness where I realize that I'm a slop eater and I think, ooh, this slop doesn't actually taste that good. Maybe you should try something else. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a lot of really good games that's been releasing lately. They've got Elden Ring, you got God of War, you got games that have just released in really good states that are just super fun to play. There's a lot of indie games out there that you can play as well, which is why I actually have Game Pass, so I can just try new things without a financial risk. But if Starfield comes out and that's a buggy mess that's unplayable, more so than Bethesda's usual standards of being a buggy mess, because we all know it will be a little bit of a buggy mess, then I might take an Elder Scrolls into both of my eyeballs and gouge them out.